Yo, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Finn and I make beats. All right, so here's a little bit of a different kind of scenario for a video. I reached out to Teletone to try out a plugin that they have by the name of SOULFI. If you're not familiar, SOULFI is a contact instrument, which is a drum instrument, basically. As you guys know, I've tried other drum programs and I wanted to see if I could just put this one through my regular tests and see how it sounds. Like I like those acoustic, dusty, soul drums. I've been watching videos on this thing. And the funny thing is, in this somewhat niche side of the producer community, I don't really see a lot of people talking about SOULFI. I hear them talk about other ones, but only ones I really see talk about it is Low-Key and So Is Real. Those are the only two people I've heard really talk about SOULFI. I've heard those guys make beats with it. I heard them use it. I love the sound of it, so I wanted to give it a try. The people at Teletone Audio were nice enough to send me a copy for me to test out. I'm not getting paid for this video. They just asked me to give an honest review, so I'm going to test it out, let you guys know how it is, and let's get it going. All right, so like I said, SOULFI is a contact instrument. So you could use the free contact player and load it up and test it out. So if you see here at the bottom, I'm in Ableton. This is my my channel strip when I'm using addictive drums, and this is the way I process it. I have a bunch of stuff. As of right now, it's completely off. So here's the interface. They have a bunch of different, I guess, parameters that you can go through. I have not tested these. I have used this before. I will be fully transparent, but I don't know what everything does. So you use your keyboard or your MIDI controller, and you can see down here, these red ones are one shots. So it's your whole kit. Kick, snare, snare roll, and then you got rims and all kinds of stuff. Hi-hats, open hats, toms, more hi-hats, crash, more hi-hat, ride, perks, more perks depending on what kit you're using. So if you look here, this thing right here is the kit selection. So they have their own beats, as they call it, which basically patterns that they've made up that are suggested to be used at these tempos, but it's just a suggestion. You could run any beat at any tempo. For the most part, I like to go double time, but just for the sake of this video, I'll keep it regular speed. So I'll go like 86. Let's hear some of these different kits. So this is Sneaky Kit. Sorry, let me turn that up a little bit. And it is velocity sensitive. Yeah. Okay. So, and then you have all the different parameters. So the dope thing is you could select the whole kit. So this is the boxy kit, and all of these sounds are from the boxy kit. But say I just like the kick. I could keep the kick, and then I could go to the snare, and down here, when the snare is selected, I could change it to a different snare, keep the same kick. I think that's really dope. And then you can also adjust all the parameters on each drum individually. You know what I'm saying? So take the reverb off, compress it, tighten it, tune it, basically EQ, and this is like, I guess this is like a global effects. So the reverb on the whole kit, And once we get into the actual beats, then we can mess around with the swing, stretch, focus. I'm not exactly sure what these things are, but you use your pitch wheel to adjust these. So I guess you can automate things and get things working in real time. I'm assuming, because I haven't tried that. So this is also the same thing for the mod wheel. You have velocity. You can adjust the velocity, the feel, which is kind of like swing. It's not exactly like swing, but it kind of is. The tuning of the whole kit. I don't really hear the difference, to be honest. I don't hear it, but maybe that's also once you get into um, making a drum pattern. So so the reason I said that they have this thing called beats. So these are all, the red ones are the one shots. If you look at the keyboard down here. So if I move up an octave and I get to the blue ones, so the blue ones are actually beats. So if I hold it, and all the white keys have different variations. Right? Right? So that's that. So I could change the beat selection. Let's just get something that's closer to what I'm using. So 80 BPM, let's go right on the nose, 86. So yeah, it's dope. It's dope. A little heavy-handed for me for that particular kit, but the thing is, okay, so once I change the beat selection right here, it also changes the kit. But if I lock it, then I could keep this. I could keep this kit and change the beat. So it's the same beat, but I mean, sorry, it's the same kit but a different beat. So you could cycle through these. And it's, I think that's pretty dope for like performances and, for playing it in live MIDI and just getting different variations. You can mess around. And then when you change the beat selection, it changes the sound design, which then in turn changes all of these parameters, right? So for the most part, I would probably one-shot it. Just play my MIDI like I would any other instrument. I think that's pretty straightforward. There's tons of kits. Let's go down here. 41 kits. And there's also different snares, like in each, like the overall amount of snares is more than 41. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you'll see that there's different versions of the same kit. So crack amp. So I guess it's the mix on it. Towel muted. And these are all snares. So, they have the Pearl snare. They got the Robert snare. But the Robert snare mixed in a bunch of different ways. The Pearl snare mixed in a bunch of different ways. And, the same goes for everything. The kicks, same kind of idea. Right? These are drum brands, I'm assuming. So, that goes for everything. Hi-hats, Istanbul. I'm not a drummer, so I don't really know these brands, but it's, combining them differently is almost infinite. There's a lot of different options, let's just say that. So then now you go over to this over here. Right here, actually. Beatmaker. You click the Beatmaker. And this is, okay, so where are we at? Move the MIDI over. All right, so this is This is that MIDI note, and you can see it in the step sequencer. So the Beatmaker is basically a step sequencer, and these are all the bars. So you can have 8 bars of completely different patterns. So each bar can have a whole different pattern, or you can just loop one pattern over and over. So let me find some drums that like a kit that I actually like. The snare's good, but it's pretty heavy-handed. Too much reverb on the kick. I like the kicks dead. I really like that you could really get surgical with it. Tighten it up. Decent hi-hat. Change this ride. That's good. Okay. That's good enough for me right now. So we go into the Beatmaker, and I think I can clear this, right? Clear the measure, okay. So now there's all these different things. There's the velocity, feel, spread, tune. So just like any step sequencer, this is like up to the top is full velocity, right? And then you can do something like that. Just play it, make it loop. You know, you don't have to go full velocity. And also the amount of steps. Right? I'm gonna clear that. So let's throw our hi-hats in here first. Let's just draw them in. Let's do every other one. Something like that, okay? And then the feel is, like I said, below it is a little bit later. Above it is early. So I can just have them a little bit late. A little bit lazy with it. And then the feel, okay. Tune, same thing. You could change the tuning of each one. You don't want to be too dramatic with it. Something weird like that. And then also the steps for the kick. Let's throw a kick in here. Not all the way. I like put my snare a little bit early. Put my kick a little bit late. Just because I'm here, let's put it right in here. gonna go back in here and just turn down the volume of the ride and tune it. And that's how it is. I mean, you can go crazy. I don't like that perk. Let's turn that down too. And there you go. That's how easy it is to make a pattern. So, my apologies. So what you want to do now, you just, you just drag the MIDI into your session. There's your beat, as they call it. And you could still tweak. Which is dope. You could add swing. Decade is like how much dust you want. Add a little bit of vinyl dust. That's pretty good. So this is just based off of the mix of SOULFI. So if I put this on, this is how I would mix my other drums. And it automatically just sounds dirty. Based off of this mix, I would actually pull back on the kick a little bit because it's punching a little bit too hard. So that's that. Just to go through the motions, I have a sample already in here from the homie Mulate. Let's hear how that sounds on the beat. Let's just record it. A second sequence. just going through the motions. This is how I would actually use this program. So let's just do it how I would do it. Contact. I think that's pretty dope. So yeah, let's just kind of give it a quick recap. So we go over to SOULFI, which is the contact instrument. This is the beat I made, the pattern that I made in the Beatmaker. This is raw, without my mix on it. Still sounds pretty dope. And then I processed it to sound like this. Fire. Very heavy. That's basically how you do it in SOULFI. Very dope plugin. Definitely going to be adding it to my workflow more often. If you want live, dusty, soulful drums like that you would get from a sample, and you don't want to stem them out of a sample, and you don't want to, you know, just be digging for drum breaks all the time, this is a very dope alternative. The sound is very authentic. Because I'm going to save this beat, let me just duplicate this, mute this one, and then let's hear some other kits. Just the whole, switch up the whole kit, just so you guys could hear them. That's kind of dope. Ooh. Heavy. It's kind of fire. That's tough. Tough. The original is still better. Because if you remember, I handpicked each drum from the kit. I changed the kick, changed the snare, changed the hi-hat, changed the ride. And I could personalize my kit to get it to sound exactly how I want it to sound. And it sounds pretty dope. Then once again, I can mix it. I think what I need to learn to do is to multi-track out all the channels, but that's a contact thing where I can mix each one individually, because I have certain effects that I like to put on, like say my snare. I have a certain spring reverb that I like to put on my snare, and I don't want it to be on my kick as well. So I would like to, you know, I got to just do my own research and figure out how to make it a multi-channel or whatever, kind of like what I do with other drum plugins. But, you know, that's no knock on them. I just got to learn how to do it in Contact. And I mean, I would definitely recommend this plugin. It's fire if you like to make, you know, quote unquote, boom bap, lo-fi, hard hitting acoustic drums. I think this is neck and neck with any other drum plugin. And I will definitely be adding it to the workflow. If you're new here, my name's Finn. I make beats. Shout out to Teletone for sending me this plugin. Check out SOULFI. It's fire. Make more beats. Peace.